Hello everyone. So this lesson is called the method of substitution. So firstly, we have to solve by substitution. So there are two equations here. X plus 2y equals 3 and 5x plus 4y equals 8. So first, we will write both equations down. So we have x plus 2y equals 3. And then on the other side, we have 5x plus 4y equals 8. So we can rearrange everything with respect to x or with respect to y, whichever makes your life easier. In this case, let's rearrange everything with respect to x. And we'll do this by bringing across the 2y, the positive 2y across the equal sign. So then we get x here, so that didn't change, and the 3 is still here, and now we have negative 2y. It's negative because previously it was positive 2y, so when it moves across the equal sign, it turns into negative 2y. So now this is our first equation, so equation 1, here's equation 2. We're going to substitute this part, x equals 3 minus 2y, into x over here. So we have 5, substitute 3 minus 2y plus 4y equals 8. So 5 times 3, 15. 5 times negative 2, negative 10y plus 4y equals 8. So we have negative 10y, positive 4y here. So let's move the positive 15 across the equal sign to the other side. So then we get 8 minus 15. And the other two, negative 10y and positive 4y stays here. From here we can do negative 10y plus 4y gives us negative 6y. And here we have 8 minus 15 gives us negative 7. Divide by negative 6 to isolate for y. Divide by negative 6 isolate for y. So now we have y equals 7 over 6. So this is positive. Great. So now we've solved for y. So now we need to solve for x. What we'll do is we'll substitute 7 over 6 into y to solve for x. So you can use either equation 1 or equation 2, but let's use equation 1. So from here, our original equation 1 is x plus 2y equals 3, x plus 2, let's substitute 7 over 6 equals 3. From here we have x, 2 times 7 is 14. So now we have 14 over 6 equals 3. From here we bring over 14 over 6 to the other side. So we have x equals 3 whole minus 14 over 6. So from here we will subtract 3 minus 14 over 6. Your answer should be 2 over 3 when you're done. X equals 2 over 3. Now, this part, 3 minus 14 over 6, how did I complete the subtraction? Well, originally it was 3 over 1, and you have minus 14 over 6. You can multiply this denominator by 6, and whatever you do to the bottom, you do to the top. And the reason I'm doing this is to get a common denominator. So here I will have 6 times 3 gives us 18 over 6 minus 14 over 6. This gives us 4 over 6, and 4 over 6 is the same as 2 over 3. Now, this next question we'll also have to solve by substitution. So our first equation is 3a plus 2b equals 4, and our second equation is 2a plus b equals 6. So let's write out the first equation, 3a plus 2b equals 4, and our second equation, 2a plus b equals 6. So of these two equations, it's likely easier to isolate for b in the second equation. So from here, b equals 6, that didn't change, and this is positive 2a, so when you bring it across, it will turn to negative 2a. So b equals 6 minus 2a. So now we're going to substitute this part, b equals 6 minus 2a, into the first equation. So now we have 3a plus 2b. So remember, b is now 6 minus 2a. So bracket 6 minus 2a equals 4. So from here we have 3a plus 2 times 6 is positive 12. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4a equals 4. 3a, positive 12, negative 4a. So the positive 12, we'll move it across the equal sign. And this way we have the 3a and the negative 4a together, the like terms together. And on the other side, we have positive 4 minus 12. So here we have 3a minus 4a gives you negative 1a, or you can just write negative a. 4 minus 12 gives us negative 8. So we need to isolate for a, divide by negative 1, divide by negative 1. A equals negative 8 divided by negative 1 gives us 8. Alright, so now we need to substitute 8, so a equals 8, into one of our equations. So let's use our second equation, 2a plus b equals 6. So let's do that here. 2a, a is 8, so bracket 8, plus b equals 6. 2 times 8, 16, plus b equals 6. B stays on this side. Positive 16 goes across the equal sign, so now it's going to be 6 minus 16. 6 minus 16 is negative 10. Now, something you can do to check your answer is to substitute 8 and negative 10 into your original equations and see if they make sense. So let's see here. So our original first equation is 3a plus 2b equals 4. So 3 times a was 8, so 3 times 8, plus 2b, b is negative 10, equals 4. Let's see if it actually equals 4, if this equation makes sense. 3 times 8 is 24, 2 times negative 10 is negative 20, equals 4. 24 minus 20 equals 4, so 4 equals 4. Therefore, it makes sense, we're good. And now to check once more for our second equation, 2a plus b equals 6. 2 times a is 8. 2 times 8 plus b is negative 10, plus negative 10 equals 6. 2 times 8, 16. So whenever it's positive negative 10, it just means negative 10 equals 6. Now this is 6 equals 6. Therefore, our final answers should be correct. A equals 8 and b equals negative 10. So next, we will also solve this question by a substitution. So our first equation is a plus b plus 6 equals 0. And then our second equation is 2a minus b minus 3 equals 0. So let's write it out first. A plus b plus 6 equals 0. And our second equation is 2a minus b minus 3 equals 0. So first, we can rearrange everything with respect to a or b. In this case, let's rearrange everything with respect to a. So a equals, we're going to bring the b, the positive b, and the positive 6 across the equal sign. So now positive b turns into negative b, positive 6 turns into negative 6. So you have a equals negative b minus 6. So in our other equation, we have 2a minus b minus 3 equals 0. So now we're going to substitute negative b minus 6 into a. So negative b minus 6 minus b minus 3 equals 0. 2 times negative b gives us negative 2b. 2 times negative 6 gives us negative 12. Negative b minus 3 equals 0. So we can bring the negative 12 and the negative 3 across equal sign. When that happens, it turns into, so negative 12 turns into positive 12. You don't have to put the plus sign, but that's okay. And negative 3 turns into positive 3. On the left side, negative 2b stays there, and negative b stays there as well. So you have negative 2b and minus b. Negative 2b minus b is negative 3b, and positive 12 plus 3 gives us 15. Isolate for b, so divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3. b equals 15 divided by negative 3 gives us negative 5. Now, we need to substitute b equals negative 5 into one of our equations. So let's substitute this into our first equation. So now we have, I'll just draw an arrow here. We have a plus, so b is negative 5, plus 6 equals 0. So so plus negative 6 here, this turns into negative 5, plus 6 equals 0. So negative 5, positive 6 gives us positive 1 equals 0. Bring the positive 1 across equal sign. So a equals negative 1. Now to test if a is negative 1 and b is negative 5, if that's actually true, what we can do is we'll substitute both of these numbers into our equation, and hopefully it still holds true. So let's substitute both of these numbers into our first equation. So I'll just draw an arrow here. So first we have a plus b plus 6 equals 0. A is now negative 1, so negative 1 plus b. B is minus 5. Minus 5 plus 6 equals 0. Negative 1, negative 5 gives us negative 6 plus 6 equals 0. Negative 6, positive 6, 0 equals 0. All right, so that's good. So now for our second equation, 2 times a, so 2, a we said was negative 1. So 2 times negative 1, close bracket, minus b. B is negative 5 minus 3 equals 0. So 2 times negative 1 gives us negative 2. Minus negative 5 gives us positive 5. And negative 3 stays the same, equals 0. Negative 2 plus 5 gives us positive 3 minus 3 equals 0. Positive 3, negative 3 gives us 0 equals 0. Therefore, a equals negative 1, b equals negative 5. Our fourth question is x minus 2y minus 2 equals 0, and 3x plus 4y minus 16 equals 0. We'll also be solving by substitution. So first, let's write out both equations. X minus 2y minus 2 equals 0. And on the right side, we have 3x plus 4y minus 16 equals 0. So it seems like it's probably easier to isolate x by itself. So let's do that. So we're going to have x on the left side by itself. We have 0 on the right side. And we're going to bring across negative 2y. When the negative 2y goes across equal sign, it turns into positive 2y. And negative 2 goes across equal sign, gives you positive 2. So you have x, I'll just rewrite this, equals 2y plus 2. All right, so now let's substitute 2y plus 2 into x. So then we have 3 bracket 2y plus 2, because that was where x was, plus 4y minus 16 equals 0. Alright, so 3 times 2y gives you 6y. 3 times positive 2 gives you positive 6, plus 4y minus 16 equals 0. So on the right side, let's bring positive 6 and negative 16 across, and that will leave us with 6y and positive 4y on the left side. So 6y plus 4y is on the left side. On the right side, we'll have positive 6 and negative 16. You bring it across, you get negative 6, positive 16. So now, negative 6 plus 16, this gives us positive 10. 6y plus 4y gives us 10y. To isolate for y, divide by 10, divide by 10, y equals 1. Alright, so now we have y, we need to solve for x. So let's substitute y equals 1 into our first equation. So I will draw an arrow to this side. So now we have x minus 2 times 1, because we're substituting y equals 1 into y minus 2 equals 0. X, negative 2 times 1 is negative 2 minus 2 equals 0. X, let's leave it on the left side. We'll bring across the negative 2 and the negative 2 to the other side. So we'll get positive 2 plus 2. X equals 4. X equals 4. Y equals 1. So now to do a check, we're going to substitute these numbers into both equations, and it should make sense after you substitute it. So x was 4, so 4 minus 2. Y we said was 1 minus 2 equals 0. 4 minus 2, negative 2 times 1 is negative 2, minus 2 equals 0. 4 minus 2 is 2, minus 2 is 0, therefore that does hold true. Now to test our second equation, we have 3x, but x is now 4, plus 4y, but y is positive 1, minus 16 equals 0. 3 times 4, 12, plus 4 times 1, 4, minus 16 equals 0. 12 plus 4, 16 minus 16 equals 0. 16 minus 16, 0 equals 0.